Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, obviously, as you've seen by the title, we are going to declutter this drawer right here, which is my highlighters drawer in my makeup collection. I have a whole decluttering makeup series up on my collection so far. I've done my eyeshadow palettes and my blushes, and I continue to plan to go through my whole IKEA Alex drawers as each individual collection starts to get overfilled and declutter it, because the last thing that we need in our lives is any clutter. Today I'm going to go through literally all of my single highlighters, my highlighter palettes, and all of my liquid highlighters as well. We're going to go through them. There's some in here that I know I can let go of. This is going to be a hard topic for me though, because I do love highlighter. But I will try to be as fierce and as good as possible. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this guy and get this guy decluttered. Okay, so per usual, I usually take everything out of the drawers, throw it up on the counter, clean the drawer out, and then as we go through each item, we can either keep it and put it back into here, or we can get rid of it and we can put it into this bin right here that I will keep as stuff that I'm decluttering to give to friends and family, or throw it in the trash if it's super old. And basically go through everything just like that. So let's take everything out, clean the drawer up, and then we'll start swatching and decluttering as we feel fit. Okay guys, so let's just go ahead and start off with this little guy right here. I'm going to take everything out and just kind of lay it in here so that I can actually see all of the products. These little acrylic makeup containers are from Amazon. You can literally just type in acrylic makeup organizer, eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, large compact, small compact, and all these things will pop up. They're just hard acrylic plastic, and they keep all of your makeup organized really nicely so you can see it. So I do really like these. Okay guys, so I know that I have several of these Becca highlighters. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with these guys first, because I'll definitely probably be keeping all of these. So the first one that I have is in the shade Pearl, which is a really light white highlighter. I definitely have darker ones now. I used to be a super light skin tone color, and this was literally perfect. I don't use it that much anymore, but it is an amazing inner corner highlight, and it's Becca, so I'm not really going to let go of this guy at all. This next one that I have is the shade Prosecco Pop. This is one of the collaborations with Jaclyn Hill. This is obviously a much darker, more golden highlighter, as you can see right there. Also, again, one of my favorites, and it's Becca, so I'm not going to let this guy go either. And the very last Becca one that I have is the other collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. It's the Champagne Pop one, so this one is a little bit lighter than Prosecco Pop. So Prosecco is right there, and then Champagne Pop is right there. So depending on my skin tone and how tan I am is the difference in when I use these three. But these three are one of my favorite highlighters in my entire collection, so my Becca ones are not going to go anywhere. This next one that I've got right here is Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive. This is definitely like a cult favorite through and through. I think like everybody and their mom has this highlighter. This is just the super duper old Ofra packaging. Like, they don't even make their stuff in this packaging anymore, but this highlighter is like one of the best highlighters I've ever used in my entire life. Like, let me show it to you guys. That is Ofra Rodeo Drive right there. Literally beaming, stunning. I'm not going to get rid of this guy even though it's in the old packaging, just because it's still one of my favorites and I like it. Just because the packaging old doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. So there is that. This highlight I love. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This highlighter actually has like sentimental value to me as well. This highlighter is the exact highlighter that I wore on my wedding day, on my face, on my chest, on my body. These highlighters are literally so like silky to the touch. They're literally crazy, like crazy metallic, you guys. Do you see that highlighter? And yes, it is much darker than my skin tone right now, because I have never been as tan as I was at my wedding ever again in my life. I was the tannest I've probably ever been, but I wanted to be that way. I don't get to use this one all the time for that reason, but I'm keeping it because this is like sentimental value right here, you guys. the fact that I wore a Maybelline highlighter on my wedding day. This next one, again, is one of my favorites. I'm trying to do all my favorites first, just so I can kind of get through the ones that I know I'm not going to get rid of. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. Again, a really nice champagne gold highlighter. Very similar to the other ones that I've been showing you guys. Obviously, you guys can tell a theme of the type of highlighters that I like. Again, collector's item, a collaboration with Amrezy and Anastasia. Not going to go anywhere. Okay, this one right here is the Lorac Cosmetics highlighter. It's one of their alter ego highlighters in the shade Starlight. I have not used this one in a really long time. I remember I used to love it because Tati Westbrook used to talk about it all the time. It's one of those highlighters that's not like as beaming as the highlighters that we're used to nowadays. This was a highlighter that was really popular like a couple years ago. I feel like I want to keep this one because I bought it with my own money, but I just know like that I'm into such a more beaming highlight these days. I don't know if I'll ever reach for this one, so we're gonna put this guy in the maybe pile. We'll come back to it at the end and see how many we kept. Next one right here is a Ciate London highlighter. We just recently got this guy in our BoxyCharm. This is in the shade Confetti. It's a bunch of highlighter colors mixed together, so like there's some really dark ones in there, some really light shades as well, and then when you mix it together you kind of get this custom shade. But if I remember right, this custom shade, yeah, was really, really, really deep. So I feel like that's not even a highlighter on me. It's almost like a bronzer, like topper situation. This is definitely way too deep for me. I'm never gonna get used out of it, and I kept this Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter that was too deep for me. So I'm going to go ahead and actually declutter this into my freelance makeup artist kit so that I have another highlighter choice for my deeper skin tone gal. The next one right here is the Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics Shimmering Swan highlighter. I got this guy in a BoxyCharm as well. Pretty Vulgar's been in there a lot recently, actually. Again, a really pretty color, one of those champagne golds that I'm super into, so you guys know the drill. Keeping this one. Okay guys, next up I have a lot of these Artist Couture highlighters right here. I have 4 of them. I literally love these highlighters, you guys. They're like the most blinding, beaming thing I have ever seen. I have some in their older packaging and then some in their newer packaging as well. Basically, they're loosely, really finely milled highlighters that are just some of like the most metallic thing that I have. Literally, they have like little tiny micro flecks of like glitter almost, but it's not glitter on the cheeks, it's just all shimmery. I love these guys a ton. I actually use a lot of these in my makeup kit as well because they look amazing on bridal. So the shades that I have are Summer Haze, Purple Dream, Illuminati, and I have another Illuminati as well. Yes, I have 2 Illuminatis. So stays here with me. Summer Haze stays in here with me. And my collection, Purple Dream, if I remember right, this one was kind of, had like a funny reflect to it. Oh wow, that's super pretty. It's almost like a purple pinky reflective highlight. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm gonna keep this guy as well. The only thing about these guys is they're really annoying because they're loose and they do get everywhere. And then this Illuminati belongs in my freelance kit, not in here, so I'm gonna move this back to my freelance kit. So I'm gonna declutter this guy out of my collection. Okay, next up I have one of these Sephora Golden Hour highlighters right here. This one's in the shade 01 Dusk. This is one of the only like pink highlights I have besides this Purple Dream one that I just kept from Artist Couture. That one is almost like a reflective rose gold, that one. This one is just like a straight up pink highlighter, and for that specific reason I am going to keep this one because I think this is the only one that I have, and if I have more, this is the formula that I prefer of pink highlighters for sure right here. Okay, this guy right here is the LA Girl Strobing Powder, and this one's in the shade 110 Watt. So this is like a really light kind of icy gold color if I remember. It looks white in the pan, but it reflects more of a yellow gold. So there is that guy right here. This is definitely a very good drugstore highlighter if you guys are looking for drugstore highlighters. It's a really nice like icy whitey kind of highlighter. For that reason, I am going to keep this guy because I've only kept so far one other drugstore highlight, and I have to have options at least for videos. So for that purpose, I'm going to keep this guy as well. Okay guys, next up I have this Milani Cosmetics highlighter in the shade 02 Strobe Light. This is more of a, again, champagne goldeny kind of highlighter. This one reminds me a lot of that champagne pop color from Becca. It's a pretty good dupe for it, as you can see right there. And then again, this is one of the only gold highlighters from the drugstore that I have, so I'm going to keep this guy so that way I have, you know, a lighter, a darker, and a medium toned highlighter all from the drugstore as options for videos, specifically only just for those purposes. Okay, so next up I have this little tiny Sephora highlighter. This one's in the shade Stardust. I have had this guy for such a long time. It's like one of their baked formulas of highlighter, and it's kind of like a reflective icy gold kind of color. I have not worn this guy in so long, but now that I just swatched it, it's super pretty. And like, I was gonna declutter it, but now that I swatched it, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna put this guy in the maybe pile too. We'll come back to it. We'll see how many I keep. Highlighters are so hard, you guys. Like, giving up your highlighters are definitely one of the hardest things ever. Okay, this thing right here is from Cougar Cosmetics. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. To me, it's labeled as a highlighter, but like every time that I pick this stuff up and I go to swatch it, it like lacks so much in pigment. It literally is like, to me, like a banana setting powder with a tiny bit of shimmer, and I literally don't like it at all. So for that particular reason, I'm gonna let it go. I have another one of these Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. This belongs in my freelance makeup kit, not in here. So I'm gonna declutter out of my collection and send it over to where I keep all the stock for my freelance makeup artist kit. This little guy is from JCat Beauty. It's their You Glow Girl Pink Goddess highlighter. It's super duper sparkly though. This was in my freelance kit for a while, and then I recently kind of took it out because I switch my kit around all the time. It is such a pretty highlighter, but it just goes all over the place. Like when you swatch it and then you keep swatching it, like it doesn't stay in place. It just gets all over the hand. It's more of like a body dusting highlighter in my opinion. Like if you did it on a big fluffy blush and you kind of like doused it all over somebody's chest, it's like a chest shimmer. It's much prettier in that regards to me than a face highlighter, so I don't know. I feel like I want to keep this in my stock for my freelance kit if I do want to dust it all over the body for somebody, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We're going to come back to this guy as well, maybe on this guy. And this guy right here is the Ofra Cosmetics Pink Shimmer. This is literally just true like shimmer glitter in a can. It is not specifically like a highlighter in my opinion. It's just straight up like a glitter, like a loose glitter. This I do use to dust all over the body of brides and stuff, or myself whenever I want that kind of look. So you know what, actually, since I am going to keep this one, I don't need this one too, since they pretty much do the same thing, and this one is 10 times prettier from Ofra, so I'm going to let go of this guy, keep this guy. However, I don't want to keep this one in my main drawer because I use this mainly on brides, so I'm going to declutter this into my drawer for my freelance makeup artist kit. Okay guys, then I have the Fenty Beauty highlighter. This one's in the shade Trophy Wipe, that famous highlighter that everybody has. Honestly, way too deep to use on my own skin tone, but you know what? This is the coolest freaking gold eyeshadow ever, and sometimes whenever I have super deep clients, it does come in handy. Plus it is cool for Halloween and stuff like that, so I keep this mainly because it's Fenty and it's cool to have it, and I know that is the wrong reason to keep something, but you know what? That's what life's came to around here. Then for my last two, actual packaged highlighters, I have these guys right here. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters. I have the shade, what is this shade? Oh, Precious Petals and Golden Flower Crown. Everybody knows what these are. I have hit pan on both of these guys, as you can see, and these are some of my favorite highlighters ever. I use these all the time on brides. I have them in my freelance kit as well. Literally a couple bucks, and some of the smoothest, most buttery highlighters you'll ever use. So these are not gonna go anywhere, and it's actually super satisfying, you guys, because everything fit in those 2 rows perfectly. So that's actually pretty dang satisfying. Okay, you guys, so then we have liquid highlighters after all of my singles. That is all of my singles. So these are all the liquid highlighters that I have, which in my opinion is a lot because I don't even like or barely ever wear liquid highlighter. So there's that. So I do have one small, like, mini-sized Becca highlighter, and this one's in the shade Opal. These are really good to mix into, like, foundations and stuff, but I'm honestly never gonna physically use this on myself, to be honest, but I would use this in my freelance kit on clients, and it's a good size so it doesn't take up too much room. So I'm gonna declutter this out of my personal collection. I just don't need it. This next one right here is the Cover FX Custom Glitter Drops. These ones are in the shade Nova, so like a really pretty gold color. These are actually awesome, but I mean, just like the name describes, they're literally like glitter drops. So this is it right up here at the top. Show it for you guys. How stunning is that? This is actually an awesome, like, liquid body highlighter. It's super, super shimmery, so this one I will keep. Okay, this next one right here is a highlighter that I've gotten in BoxyCharm. It's the So Suzanne Statement Stick Highlighting Crown. So it's supposed to be like a highlighter in a stick situation. That is what it looks like. It is super pretty, but I just feel like I'm honestly never gonna use a highlighter crown, so decluttering this. This little guy from Stila has been in my collection for so long, you guys. Can you see how it's like separated? Literally disgusting. It's so thick and chunky and goopy. This is like years and years old. This just actually has to go like in the trash can. Goodbye. Okay, I have 2 Tarte highlighters. They're their little Pro Glow highlighters. These are the 2 like high-end liquid highlighters that if I was ever going to mix one into my foundation, it would be these. So I will keep these just in case. This is the Temp 2 liquid body highlighter, or like liquid highlighter with BoxyCharm. This one is super stunning, actually. It's just like a very light, natural glowing highlighter, but again, I'm not going to use this because I never use them, and I'm keeping these 2 from Tarte, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this as well. And then I have these 2 left right here. This one is the Benefit Double Up Little Highlighter Duo. It has High Beam and Sunbeam in here, so the 2 like famous liquid highlighters from Benefit. And I did get this one as a gift actually from my mom. So whenever I do actually want to wear a liquid highlighter, I would like to have this one too for travel. So I'll keep this guy. And then this one is a Stace Lady Liquid Glow highlighter, kind of in a pinky tone. It looks like I've used it before, but I don't really remember anything about it, and it's like not even coming out. Here it, like it wants to. There we go. Ooh, she's thick. Okay. Oh wow, that's super pretty as well. But again, I don't need this, and really good small size for freelance kit to mix into foundation, so I'll probably declutter this out of my personal collection in my freelance as well. Okay guys, liquid highlighters are done. I am very proud of myself. That is good. 4 liquid highlighters for 1 person are good, and 1 is even for the body. So I'm pretty happy about that. So now we have like base palette highlighters. So the first one that I have is the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, the Flash palette. This is new to me. I love this collector's item, never going anywhere. However, this stays up in my everyday makeup drawer in my vanity, so I'm not going to put it into here. So I'm going to keep that. I wanted to show it to you guys that I'm keeping it. The next one that I've got is this guy right here. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit Sugar. This one is another one of my favorites. These shades in here are just literally so stunning, so metallic, so buttery. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills. What could you expect? So that guy I am going to keep right there because it is one of my favorites for sure. And then these ones right here rotate kind of in and out of my makeup kit collection for my freelance makeup artist kit. This is the Smashbox Spotlight palette in the shade Gold. It's a really good palette for deeper skin tones. This is the Vintage by Jessica something palette. Obviously you guys can tell that I've loved this as well. And this is the Pure Cosmetics Bronze and Brighten palette, and you can see that I've loved this guy as well. So I'm going to keep all three of those guys. They just don't need to stay in here. They can go into my freelance makeup artist kit drawer as well as this. This is like some of my highlighting powders that I have just singly in this little palette for travel when I'm working on clients. So all of these kind of stay. I do like them, and I'm still trying to finish them and hit pan on them before I get new ones. So they just don't need to be specifically in this drawer because I'm not going to ever use them with everything else that I've kept so far. The last one that I have is the Naked Cosmetics little highlighter palette. It's like their holographic one with like all these crazy blue and purple shades in it. And I am just honestly never going to wear like a blue highlighter. Plus the formula on this is so chunky, as you guys can see, I'm sure. This is just not something I would use, so this I'm going to declutter. Alright guys, and that is it. That is everything that we just cleaned out in this drawer. I can actually see everything now. It fits perfectly in these drawers. I'm super excited about where we are with it. I'm super happy with it. We ended up decluttering quite a bit of stuff out of this collection, so I'm pretty pleased with myself. I love the way it looks. I love that I can see everything now, and this is something that, you know, one person could actually, you know, physically use rather than so many that were in here before. And I have room to grow for more stuff, you know, moving forward. So thank you guys so much for watching this highlighter decluttering video. Please give it a big thumbs up because it helps me out a ton and it helps more people find this video just like you. Leave a comment down below which series you would like to see on my channel next as far as the decluttering series goes. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys!